Away we go, gold on the line in our final championship match here in Espinho for 2024, and that's not the start that Sweden were looking for. Sweden then in the tangerine shirts, David Ahman and Jonathan Hellvig, 22 years apiece, who have burst onto the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour scene and just changed the dimensions of this game. And despite that heavy wind, their coaches have told us they will still be playing exactly the same system and trying to push the envelope here against the team in red, the Germans of Ehlers and Wickler. Simon Golding with you for the final gold medal action here in Portugal. And I'm delighted to say alongside me our Volleyball World expert analyst, Denise Austin, and we'll be looking to see plenty more of that. Early indications aren't Ehlers isn't going to bother even reacting to the jump set.
No, exactly. Took the thought right out of my head there, Simon. Didn't bite, just went out there, left it to Clemens on the back court.
Well, you called it, Denise. Wickler getting some early service pressure. And that's sweetly done by Hellvig and Ahman. A bit of scramble-ology from the Swedes.
The discipline from David Ahman at the point of contact from the German play, and some of the plays, the second ball over. Oh my God, you can't unpick how good that rally was. That is absolutely one for the high note reel. Just, aren't we honoured to have such athletes in our sport?
So many great teams in the window at one time. Here's a generation to beat all generations, I think. This is a wonderful time to be watching Beach Pro Tour volleyball. So a couple of service errors early from Sweden. Got no damage done, really. 3-2 in this opening set. And Ehlers putting the ball in consistently. His serving's been good this week in Espinho. That's beautifully done in the window from Wickler. Oh, wow. Stunning. Anything you can do. What a start to this game. What an incredible rally.
It leaves you speechless, Simon, because every single move that is going on there, the defence, the turn, the delivery.
Probably the first time the viewers have been happy today. Two speechless commentators.
I think Damo would say it's outrageous.
And that was as well. Oh dear, Clemens. Come on. Your big man's just laid it out for the one-hander and you stick it in the net. Round we go.
We have seen that a little bit from Tanya Hubili as well, and Taryn Close. Just that turn, you think you've got it, and then the wind just sort of miscues you.
Super crowd in centre court here on Praia de Bahia on a massive day for sport in Portugal. Porto v Lisbon in the Soccer Cup final a little later today. But that all follows this terrific cup final. Into the net for the third time on the serve from Sweden. Another chance to see what Ehlers is going to do if the pass is good. Not good enough to push the option. He's so smooth. And Jonathan Hellvig his rate of improvement is insane.
Yeah, and this left-handed knuckle, I mean, we know they use all kinds of knuckles and pokey sets and just deploy, you know, the jump bump set and everything else, but that left knuckle, just to go in completely opposite direction than you're thinking he's going to do.
Another stunning pick-up from Ahman. Oh, wow. It's got to come because it hit the block. So Germany get a free go, which Ehlers takes with aplomb. Jonathan Hellvig is not a big fan, I don't think, of deep sand. We've seen him puffing and blowing at some of the venues that have got the deep stuff.
I don't know, I think he's got that Brazilian look about him, Simon, you know, where they kind of, not fake tiredness, but it is a little bit like that. And he's just, you know, I'm just going to take a little bit longer. It's all about the recovery in between points.
Gone a bit James Brown. Get Hellvig a cape. Good touch. freebie though. Ahman stays in to pass. It's good from Sweden. They're hanging in there. They haven't quite hit top gear at the moment.
We haven't seen it yet, but what I do love about the Swedish boys is when they do hit into the block, some of the recoveries that they have, the flying turn and burn and digs, that's just something to look out for. After they set, they're obviously putting each other into sort of extreme positions, but the way they just hang on together afterwards.
Lovely shot. Really nice from Niels Ehlers. So Sweden just trying him out for a ball. There's that little jump bump set. Doesn't quite come off, but still in play. It's remarkably well done from Ehlers. And that's good movement from him as well. But in the end, too much movement. Just drifts into the net.
And that is the hard work. I mean, I feel for Niels Ehlers, and we've heard Travis talk about what Phil Dowhauser says about not wanting to be a blocker in this generation of attackers. Typically, as a blocker, you would just sort of, you'd serve somebody, you'd stand in front of them, and you'd wait for them to come at you. Now, no such easy time of it.
Good recovery from Germany and very good movement from Niels Ehlers, and that's what I mean about this man's ability to just find those blocks in open and broken play.
And this is where you have to sort of be a student of the on-to attack from Sweden. When do they do it? And you've got to watch out for it. I guess that's where they'll be sitting, watching a lot of video and saying, look, he didn't do it then, he did it then. What do they look like? What are the tells? And that's a different body of work that Niels Ehlers is going to have to keep working on. He's doing well at the moment.
7 apiece, and forget the serve errors. There's been quite a few of those in the first 15 points. This has been a contest already. It's a really, really nice start to the men's gold medal final. And it's a brutal workout so far. Bit of breeze there, took that away from Ehlers. He passes well and then gets the contact wrong, and Sweden, just like that, open up a lead. Fantastic crowd, knowledgeable crowd here in Espinho. I've been watching beach volleyball for years. Good block from Hellvig. Oh, classy, classy. And even more class from Wickler. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stab Dig World Championships here in Portugal.
And the Jonathan Hellvig finishes it with a pokey.
It's just beautiful to watch. More importantly, Sweden open up a 3-point cushion. Oh, it's a good serve. And that's a brilliant piece of blocking work as well. Wickler retrieves. Does he get a piece of the hand, or is it all net tape?
I think it was all net tape, Simon. I think it's gone out, timeout called. I think, can I just say that they are still only 22 years of age.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, that, wow. And they're not the biggest boys on the block, but they are playing such an athletic style, so dynamic. Just playing to their strengths.
Anders Moll, recovering from injury, and partner Christian Sorum will be watching on, I'm sure. We wish those guys a speedy return. Could be as early as Ostrava, but we wish them all the best. But they'll be watching with interest here.
They are listed still on the entry list for Ostrava, and they've been assigned Pool C. So we shall see if by the time that comes along they make the decision to play or not. We really hope so, but obviously that will be something that they will be managing post the injury and the surgery.
Such popular players, but essentially the rest of the World Tour will be wishing them all the best, saying, you know, a speedy recovery and return to the world's best blocker. That's a tough one to wish for. Oh, yes. And Sweden making this happen now. Just like that, they've hit this form. They are so good at pouncing on these opportunities.
I think what happens is they just wear you down. The fact they stay in these rallies as long as they do, they make it so difficult. They get inside your head as to where do I need to put this ball? And playing the room, serving through that middle. Clemens Wickler, it's going through his service route and then ending up on the extreme of Ehlers. So got to be some communication going on. Timeout not well managed by Germany.
Full-on 360 helicopter celebration from Sweden as well. That's a good sign things are going well. And Hellvig just couldn't get to Niels Ehlers there, but I'm afraid the damage here in set one has been done by the Swedes.
Doesn't matter if you make service errors, you just serve up a couple of aces later on. That's what Sweden tend to do.
I love it. When you look at one of those wide crowd shots, you'll always find somebody in there explaining the rules. Man in the turquoise top. Just telling the guy next to him what's going on.
Definitely a very knowledgeable crowd. A lot of people have travelled to this event. Portugal, a very popular destination amongst our beach volleyball world tour fans.
Well, we always talk about getting yourself along to a Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour event, and while it's wonderful to have courtside seats here on VBTV, well, you can get up close to the players, and you do. It's one of the few professional sports, Denise, where the athletes wander past you in the village.
Oh, it certainly is. And what is so good, I mean, no disrespect to any other venue, but Porto is only a short hop away. So those that have precious time, I know people that have flown from America on a Friday, so they missed the first 2 days, but they wanted to get there for the long weekend. So, you know, that just sort of says that that's an easy destination for those looking to venture and travel for the first time to an event.
See these superstars up close and personal. Nice work from Wickler. I mean, what are Germany feeling now, Denise? They just can't get this ball down.
This is exactly what they do to you, and we saw it against Andre and George, is you second guess yourself. So when you go up to attack, you think, okay, is Ahman going one way? Is Hellvig? You lose vision.
Sweden running away with this opening set, despite the very best efforts from Germany. And it's going from bad to worse, and this is a German team that looks in a right mess at the moment.
And we touched on the kind of relatively undersized service pressure, but again, what we're seeing here, short to the left in front of Clemens. So he's taken to the floor, he's flat out on what is a relatively easy serve, but because of the wind, he's had to step back.
Oh, they've got it. Oh, wow. There we go. That's not coming back.
There's a little moment there where Ahman was looking for Hellvig. Come on, are you coming in? Because he was going to go across, and then they just went, okay, we'll sit back and defend this. So aggressive setting by Wickler. Just no one home. Get in there.
That was a very funny look from David Ahman to Hellvig, I must admit. Oh, what a hit. Oh, that's such a beautiful contact on the ball.
Anything else the other way would have had to have a trajectory that Clemens Wickler was looking for, but that was really the only shot open that was undefensible, and good, the IQ of David Ahman.
Well, when Germany have control of the ball, when Ehlers is taking it right at the top of his reach, then they're a very different team. Got to be honest, I don't think Germany are clawing back 6 points in this opening set, not against Sweden in this kind of form. Beautifully done. Yeah, there we go. Make them play it one more time, you never know.
Again, watching Ehlers' movement there, not biting, understanding, okay, the hands are going up, doesn't look like it's going to be an explosion for the second ball attack. The jump set over that we haven't seen Ahman do so far. So Ehlers doing a good job of understanding. Just needs to get a bit more involved.
Well, we haven't seen David Ahman rip a second ball option just yet, but he was pretty close to doing it there. And that's how convincing that fake was, as the gentleman in the turquoise sweatshirt is explaining.
I said to the internet coaches out there, can you put a montage together of does he hit or does he set of David Allman? Because that's the thing that people will be studying, and that's the sort of decision that you have to then look at. How does the blocker make that decision against them as well? And as you said, Simon, it's a split second, not a study of a study at home with the ability to rewind and hit pause.
Or can I have another go?
Yeah.
Germany just settling in. They're just accepting the situation here. And they're going to have to restart in set 2. They've been a little more circumspect, Sweden, in this final. The wind has definitely taken away some of their attacking prowess. That's huge. That's quality from Wickler. What a swing.
Nice, and we've seen that in the previous finals. The aggressive swing with the wind at your back. Don't give it a trajectory. Go hard, and Allman not trying to leave it as late as he can, not in position.
And so stable. I think a lot of players feel you've got to put so much movement into swinging hard, but swinging hard is about stability and relaxation. And all the players out there showing exactly what to do in order to free the shoulder up, and it's the first little run Germany have had in a while.
I mean, it's a small goals within the context of the set, so forcing the timeout from Sweden would have been a #1 goal by Germany. So not go if they go to the end of the first set and Sweden haven't even called their timeout, then they haven't managed to slow them down. So this is a good first step.
Sharif and Ahmed, one of the teams that have won events on a Challenge or Elite 16 basis that have not made it through to the latter stages. A hell of a lot of teams not able to get through this or through to this last part of the competition. Dice is gone. Still checking the phone.
All those messages of support and going, job
be
done.
Alongside partner Kazakhstan, they won the bronze medal earlier today, beating Alvarez and Moreno of Spain, who had such a great tournament, finishing in 4th, which is the position that these two Germans have been finishing on a regular basis this season. Doha, Tepic, Brasilia, all off the podium. Well, whatever the result here, that's not going to happen. They're on the podium. The colour of their medal looks like silver at the moment. Can they change that? Good serve. And fine finish. Germany are on a roll at last.
Yeah, it's really good to see that fantastic 4th place, which isn't a bad result, but the fantastic 4th enigma has been banished from this German pair. It felt like there was a cloud coming over them against the Netherlands, but now they've got noisier and they fought their way back. Maybe there might be a little twist in this tale.
That's brilliant. Oh, stunning work. Sweden go again and make the shot this time with the wind blowing fiercely on that point, but wonderful mobility, particularly from Ehlers.
Yeah, and that was the movement I was definitely looking for from Ehlers, keeping the ball alive. Beautiful play. But this movement here from the Swedes, when they're playing zigzaggy and going wide, what they have brought into their game is just slow shots into the space. They're not revving up, they're just looking for the space to open up.
Heavy. The taller players have long levers, so that ball is hit heavy from Niels Ehlers. I think the start of Rocky 4, Ivan Drago, touching gloves at the start of the fight. That's what you get from the big heavy hitters. Oh, it's a good move again from Ehlers to keep that alive. And brilliant from Wickler. Can Germany win this? No. Had to go bold on the set, but Hellvig was waiting and Sweden moved to 4 set points.
Germany throwing absolutely everything at that play. The phenomenal reach from Ehlers, but a little bit of an error. You've got to be ambitious, though, against these Swedes, because you will not win anything if they've got too much time to defend.
Not coming back this time. Sweden takes set 1 in the men's gold medal final. Denise Austin, that was fun to watch.
Oh, it certainly was. What rallies we have witnessed. And I'm just going to go back again to that serve here. Just threading it at a crucial moment at the end of a really long rally. Clemens Wickler has busted everything and they go on him at his extreme. So they just dismantled his platform. And that's the cleverness. That's the sort of burgeoning brain of this Swedish pair as they get settled into being the number 1 heading into Paris. It's going to be a huge, big kind of target on their back, and that's going to be quite a big weight of responsibility for them. I feel like Norway, they were struggling with a little bit of form. With the injury, potentially it might be something that just makes them go, do you know what, no expectations of us. Everybody wants us to do well, but we haven't had the play and performance coming into Paris. So yeah, it's going to be interesting as to what happens.
Tail of the tape for that opening set. 2 aces for a team that don't necessarily go big from the baseline, but Sweden are using the conditions very nicely here to cause Germany some real problems on serve receive. Team in red, number 6 seeds from Germany, Niels Ehlers and Clemens Wickler, chasing the men's gold medal final. Up against the team in tangerine, the Swedish pair of Jonathan Hellvig and David Ahman, who look like they're having fun today. That's the main thing, I think, Denise. They look like they're having fun.
They just seem to play every point. It's kind of like, I describe it like a dog with a ball, Simon. It's just, where's the ball, where's the ball, where's the ball? And that's all that seems to be going through their kind of psyche as they're playing each point.
He's getting hands on just about everything. David Ahman at the moment, making it very tricky for Germany to kill the ball cleanly.
It's just daunting as an attacker going up against Hellvig and Ahman. Like, where are the spaces? There's always skin in the game.
Smooth from Germany, well played, and a transition point, something of a rarity.
Yeah, and a brilliant late move, that show and go from Wickler to pick up this little pokey from Hellvig that hit the floor in the start of the first set, but Wickler hoovering it up.
No follow-up. It was a good choice of shot. It was just over-rotated, and Wickler gives a freebie to Sweden.
That's a difficulty in hitting in the corner that Wickler is in right now. The wind will bring it back, it will bring it away, and it will also take it away from your hitting hand. So the over-rotation, the good service pressure from Sweden.
Great dig. Positioning himself nicely in the pocket, David Ahman. The set wasn't quite on the money, but he converted nicely.
It's incredible how good the positional play from David Ahman is. He just seems to really understand your attacking brain more than you do yourself. You cannot be predictable against Ahman.
It's been a defender's game so far. The blockers are not in the mix at all. Not in terms of kill blocks. It's the defenders that are doing a hell of a lot of work out there, and that is just the best. That's the best.
There are singly not enough amazing words to say about what we are witnessing right now.
Well, we made it to the start of set 2 and we run out of superlatives where Sweden are concerned. I think the MC's just summed it up better than we did. So round we go, 5-2 lead for Sweden already. The gold medal is theirs to lose. Has to be said. Germany have got to do something pretty special here. And it's not happening. 6-2. Timeout, Germany.
I mean, they've guaranteed a medal, Germany, so they've definitely taken themselves that next step. But beating Sweden in a final, well, that's another big ask. And I don't know, they just lost a little bit of joy, perhaps getting over that finish line against the Netherlands in the semi-final. It's just the emotional roller coaster, where they just hit a dip and they can't get themselves back up.
Kerry Potthast made a wonderful point earlier today in the semi-finals about the run that Sweden have been on, and actually I think it sort of passed some of us by, but if you look at it from the European Championships in Vienna onwards, they haven't been out of a final. Every tournament they've played in, they've finaled.
No, and the last time that they had a double-digit finish was back in May 2022. Ever since then, it's been 9th and better, and they've only had 1 9th, so it's been 1 9th and 2 5th, and then finals all the way. I mean, that is some result, isn't it?
It's incredible. Oh, wow. If Niels Ehlers had socks on, that would have gone straight down them.
And I think Jonathan Hellvig heard your comment, Simon. It hasn't been a blockers game. Well, he's just to remind us.
Still here, says Hellvig. Wickler's turn to beat him. He does. That was nice. That was really nice.
And I think against an undersized blocker, you definitely don't want to be giving them too much time. So moving Hellvig around, bringing it down a little lower, accelerating your attack. You know, you've got to do something different. Unpredictable is the way forward against Sweden.
Just wide from Wickler. Net touch, was it? From Sweden it was. That was very charitable of Jonathan Hellvig.
I don't know, I thought the top referee maybe overruled the line judge, Simon, and maybe he saw it catch it. We'd have to have that's one for the rewind.
What are you saying, for the first time ever, I might have got something wrong? I'm kidding, of course. It's all a bit too straightforward for Sweden at the moment, but they've certainly earned it with the way they've played. The other thing that we notice from this end-on camera shot is the mobility of the Swedish pair. There isn't a bit of sand that they can't cover in real time.
So it's the initial steps, it's the break steps, so that you're ready to go as soon as you need to. And that's the readiness, the preparation. It's the movement off the ball to get onto the ball that Sweden do so well.
Nice adjustment in the breeze to put up a set. Good recovery from Germany. Terminated, of course, on 2 touches.
Just waiting for that moment. David Ahman sensing it from Hellvig. The little bit of a play over. Incredible funk and scramble from Germany, but against the Swedish pair in this kind of form, it's just a thing of beauty. Look at the acceleration out of nowhere. No run, just stand and hit. Well, not stand and hit, but stomp and then jump and hit.
From Germany's point of view, I think we've drifted into what on earth have we got to do to win points in this match. They've tried plenty and Sweden have had too many answers.
And I think this is always a good reminder when you're playing beach volleyball. It doesn't matter who you serve at this moment, one of you is going to be under a huge amount of pressure and one of you will crack. So whether it's Ehlers or Wickler at the start of this, Sweden, the way they're playing, you're just going to take one of you apart.
Well, you don't have to be a body language expert to understand how Germany are feeling right now. Understandably so. Free ball. Oh, that's magnificent from Niels Ehlers to get there.
Wonderful work. Go on, big guy. Turn it around. Take us somewhere we didn't expect to go.
Monster effort from Niels Ehlers. Needs his serve to click in here. Too good. Just too good from David Ahman.
What is so lovely is the rhythm and the timing between the two of them. They're served into a shorter zone, so they're just going to hurry it up. And you know that as a defence team, so you're trying to get yourself ready, but it's the fluidness with which they transition from one phase of the game to the next.
Massive hit. He's got such a great shoulder, Wickler.
And this is where Ehlers just keeps delivering. This is good from the big man. Good hands, putting his hands up high. Wickler just standing at the first pass. Got to keep it aggressive.
It's virtual perfection from Sweden right now.
I think when we have seen them dismantled, you have had any team that's beaten them has had one of the best serving displays that they've been able to execute upon a set.
Sneaking into position, just ghosts into defence, and we've got a call on the handling, a lift against Jonathan Hellvig.
No arguments. A little bit of a deep dish or a little sticky. It's a tricky place, isn't it, Simon, as a referee on the handling calls? It's one of the most sort of awkwardest positions to be in as a referee.
Just wouldn't want to be there. You just know as a referee you have to set your standard, and that's the point. That's what we're seeing from the referees now. They are establishing what they think is the handling standard for that game, and when they're consistent, the players are happy to go with it, but it is such a tough call. And Denise, things have changed where setting is concerned.
They certainly have. I mean, the referees are looking for a faster release, so a higher contact. If you are taking it low, it has to come out quick, so you can't sort of redirect it as much. The side setting is allowed, but it has to be high, has to be fast. So less of the deep dish, more of a faster release.
Missed it. Missed it. Wow, here we go. Maybe this is Germany's chance.
Trying to force the issue maybe a little bit too much.
The serve has to go in. Just releases the pressure, just like that. It's just a wonderful demonstration of blocking. That was the most beautiful economy of movement from Jonathan Hellvig.
And I was trying to understand the block call, and I think it was just read the play, like a ball block. So wherever it is, you just go after it, and I'll try and read it behind you. And that is what Jonathan Hellvig quietly goes about, is understanding what kind of attack.
This time asking David Ahman to make the play. He does. And it's been battered out by Clemens Wickler, who's not a happy man.
That press from Ahman to get that run when Hellvig's at the net. He's like, turned, come on, partner, I'm waiting for you to get it. And the run. But what he's also doing is running so low to the ground that he can put that magic carpet touch at the end. He doesn't go up. It's the economy of movement as well from David Ahman.
Just for a fleeting moment, it looked like Germany had a sniff in this second set, but Sweden have just shut the door again. Oh, just on the line by the looks of it. Might get a review here from Germany. Depends on the referee's decision. But lines judge certainly gave it in. And it's hit that patch of sand that is there to keep the line pinned down. It is just in. It's clipped the outside of the line. Portuguese referee Rui Carvalho on home sand, giving the decision the way of the Swedes. And we just saw Razi, Coach Rasmussen, in the crowd, in amongst all the fans watching on. Huge, huge from Jonathan Hellvig.
I think you got 6'11" up against 6'4", Simon. So that tells you how light a blocker Jonathan Hellvig. Definitely a different style, a little bit more hang time in the air, doesn't come down, able to just get that pike and press.
He gets a piece of that as well. Germany can go again. Ahman's on it. That's stunning. No. Oh dear. Oh, it's almost painful when players make a touch like that and miss the follow-up.
But good job, Ehlers, getting in there, you know, forcing the error. You don't get to do that against Sweden very often, so that's a crucial thing to keep remembering if you're Ehlers. As you look back on this match, where did you find your points from?
Well, from the outside, it looks like no contest, but I wonder how Ehlers and Wickler are feeling. I wonder if they feel that there's some rhythm out there. That is massive from Ehlers. Good response from the big man at the net.
Oh, great shape on this block as well. With an attacker like Ahman, you know he could go anywhere, but creating that big Y shape at the end, taking away as much as he possibly could.
Still a horrible 5-point deficit for Germany to contend with.
Oh.
Nicely done.
And that's the addition I was talking about, Simon. Those drop shots, when they go a little bit zigzaggy, a little bit wide. As a defensive scheme, you have to set yourselves up, and Germany just gave it away too early. Sweden not swinging wildly either.
Oh, we got a great contest at the moment. Ehlers versus Hellvig at the net, and it's Hellvig that's winning it.
I'd be interested to sort of say about, for Rasmus and Anders, about, because obviously David Ahman was coming through, and it's like finding the right combination. And you probably didn't have the tallest of blockers, but what was it that Jonathan Hellvig brought? I mean, we've seen it, but it's finding it at the young age that they have done and deploying it.
Yeah, what was it that first attracted you to the brilliant blocker, Jonathan Hellvig?
Because they must have been young, you're relatively undersized, you're thinking, you know, who do I need? What do I need to make this work? And it's a fantastic athletic deployment by the Swedes.
It's working. 8 gold medal points. Championship up for grabs here for Sweden. The ball is dug by Ahman. This for the glorious finish. He's got it. Oh, he touched the net. We've been denied again. And Sweden have to go back with their 7 match points in the bag and try and make it happen. It's been comprehensive, that's for sure. Sweden looking to get this over the line. And they do so on a serve error. 21-13 in set 2. Germany have had a very good tournament, but they just weren't allowed to play in this match against Sweden, who put on yet another marvellous display. They win gold here in Espinho.
The beauty of the